Welcome back everyone to another fishing video. Thanks to you guys' 1,000 views on the first one. I am making this part 2 for building the fishing lures. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We are doing the bullet casing lures builds right up and close and personal. And we've got some that are going to be spinners, some that are going to be just for flashy, and just they look cool and I like them. The first one we're doing is going to be a bass lure, and it's a bass lure because of the brown color. You see that pink ball? This is calling it a lure for this, but you just take a regular old hook, put the lure on there, and that will plug the end of the bullet casing. And it keeps stuff from building in there, and then you can even add weights into it. I'm going to be getting more in depth with that with the AK-47 bullet casing, which is this one. And we're just going to put the threading through. And we grabbed a plastic lure this time, or oh no, we got another foam one. And we're going to be putting that on the end of this string and show you how we do the first one. But see, it plugs up that hole really nicely, and it's just going to go all the way through. And you want to make sure it's tight to the hook, because this is your lure, so it's going to bring all the attention of the fish to your hook. These things are a little hard to get through. It's not the new ones, it's some old ones that my dad had laying around. Need to grab extra length in this, try to get it through. For you guys, it might be a little easier if you make sure to put the bullet on before you put on the hook, so you don't have this issue and fumble it all over the place. But if you like threading needles, here's your practice for it. Okay, so like I was saying, you pull it tight and it just closes up that really nicely. We're going to actually add weights to it, because this is going to be a far casting setup rig, I guess it's called. But we're just going to put some of these pinch weights on the line right against the pink thing, the lure. Pink thing. I think we're actually going to we're not just putting one on, we're putting multiples on. I try it, like if you want a lot of weight and cast out pretty far, I usually put amount of weights that the casing is long. So you just want to get as many in there as you possibly can for the farthest results. And another cool thing I was thinking about doing is you can draw stripes on the casing to break up the light shining and cause more eye draw on the fish. And I can show you on a different design I have going. So we got, what is that, 3 now? So I think we're going to go with 4. Let's check. So this is how it slides on. It's perfect. But 3 might not be enough. I think we can put 2 more on. So probably go with 5. It's hard to hold the string and pinch it all at the same time. Sure, there's some fancy tool that I don't have for it, but I just want to show you guys cool ways to make your own lures from home. So now we got 5 on there. We're going to measure it. I think that's pretty perfect. A lot of times I will take an extra lure or weight and pinch it off at the end so it doesn't pull up. So we have this fancy little spoon lure fly combination here, and we're going to add a bullet to it to add more. This is also an AK shell, but like I was going to see if that would work. It doesn't work. Can't just put it in there. It's not going to work. You want to close up that hole. Closing up the hole also adds to aerodynamics of it, so it's not dragging in the air. So we got our lure, and I think this would actually be a little cooler. Kind of replaces the lacking of a bullet tip. And we're going to put a spinner on it. The spinner is going to also cause the spoon to spin more and flash more, drawing the fish's eyes. So we're going to thread this through. Gotta tie it, and then, well, we probably should thread it first through the shell, because remember how tough that's been. So you want to get it through the casing first, put on the spinning lure. And most of these lures I just got at just anywhere that carries fishing supplies. I believe we got it at Walmart if you want to go there. This is not a sponsored video for them. It is not. That's just where we got our stuff. Just want that to be made sure. Yeah, we're just tying this up. Okay, when you're done tying it, just clip off the extra little string here. So you want to make sure your spinner lure is all the way to the end of your flasher. And that's what it's going to look like in the end result. We are going to put some weights on it to stabilize everything. But yeah, it's going to spin like that. Yeah, cut the line so we can work with this a little better. But see, this one, since we have a lot of metal already on it, we're going to only put one weight, and it's going to be on top of the bullet casing, just so it doesn't slide up. So it's nice secure. So watch, if I shake it back and forth, it's not going to slide back up. So that prevents it when you're casting. It's not flopping all over the place and tangling up. Perfect. So we got one more we're going to be doing, and we're going to be using a 9mm shell. And I want something a little fancy and swirly. I want you guys to be very careful. If you are kids watching this, do have a parent do this part. We're taking metal cutters, and we're going to be making little triangle cuts on the side. I had a little trouble cutting it with the dull ones, so I actually had to pry upwards and cause it to splice. It's a lot easier if you have pliers on the end of it instead of using just bare hands. But see, we get a little cut right there. And these are going to be our spinner fins. And you just want to do 2. You don't want any more. You do 1 on this each side. Oh, would you just get a set of pliers? You're not cutting through that brass. It's tough stuff. It's made to resist explosions. There we go. Now you're cooking with gas. But see that twist motion? I'm not actually cutting it. I'm actually bending it to rip it. And once you get 2 little flaps like that, it's really nice. It's going to be sharp edges, so you're going to want to take a needle nose and pry them outwards to get more of your fin going. But then you want to dull off the ends with a little curve on the tips, just so you don't stab yourself. That's what the hook's for, right? See, yeah, those ends are sharp, and that's what you want to bend over. So I just grab just a tiny bit and just curl it over. Just so slightly. And that should cause enough drag in the water to cause it to spin. Spinning motion. Okay, now we can actually, we're done manufacturing, so now we can actually make the rigging. We're going to also take another pink lure and stick it in the end of it. Grab your hook. And then you want your string and tie it off to your hook. Okay, we're going to cut the string so we can get our rigging up. If you guys want, you can do the same designs as we've done in the past with putting the weights on it, like the pinch weights on the line inside the casing, because 9mm casings are pretty light, but they're a little bit wider than the other casings, so you could get bigger weights than what you can do with a 223 or a AK round. And you just thread it through, pull it tight to the end, and then you got your 9mm rounds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and stay tuned until the next one. Have an amazing day, everyone.